All right. Welcome to another episode of the Bloomers podcast. We have a guest episode today, and it is with the man himself. I'll let him introduce himself here.
Hi everyone, my name is Taimur. I'm a final year mechanical engineering student at the University of Calgary. So if you see me around, say hi. And yeah, I'm excited to be here and talk with Umar about a lot of crazy stuff. So tune in.
Yeah, man. First thing I always talk about when we start these is how we met. So I know how we met. I'm just curious if you remember how we met.
Like exactly how we met, like the first time we met.
Yeah.
I know, I mean it's gotta be through Dina for
Yeah,
sure. Um,
that's correct.
Location, I'm like not sure. It's gotta be uni as well.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Yeah, it's gotta be uni. I was gonna say your house, but
That was one
I
time.
huh?
That was like a year after we met.
Yeah, I know, but I know that wasn't the first time we met because when I saw you at your house, I literally gave you a hug, and I know that wouldn't have been the first time I
Yeah.
saw you. There's gotta be university through Dina. I can't remember what year, but it's had to have been almost like 4 years now, right?
Yeah, bro, it's been 4 years. So I think what it was, bro, it was your first year, it was the winter semester, and we went to eat at at uni together. And I was just like I didn't know who you were. There's just some random person like tagging along. So I don't
Where did
know.
we go to eat?
It was like the place where all the res kids eat. Like the
Oh my God.
I don't know, the food's kind of trash that we ate.
Yeah, I think I remember now. That's crazy. It's been a long time.
Yeah. Now I've known you for 4 years now, and like
That's a crazy thing.
yeah, man. Last couple of years though, I've seen you like once a year.
Yeah, that's probably because of like COVID and a lot of other things.
Mhm.
Um, but also because I feel like I stay indoors and I was like out of the city for a whole year.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I was. I just came back to
Oh,
Calgary.
wait, I remember we talked about this when we met like
Yeah,
last in
I was up in Fort Mac for the whole year
yeah,
last.
okay.
And then before, like, that was the whole 2022 to 2023, like, up until now.
Yeah.
And even 2021, I was, like, in Saudi for a lot of that. So,
Oh, like doing online classes from there.
yeah, during online classes.
That's
So
so
there's like, a reason why you haven't really seen me.
yeah. So, dude, I stalked your LinkedIn before this because I
Oh my
wanted
God.
to talk about things.
I really
So I saw you, it was with which company was it? Was it Suncor?
need to update that. Yeah, I did intern at Suncor right now. Like, just like from, yeah, just recently. That
Yeah.
year that I was spent in Fort Mac, that was with Suncor.
Damn, nice. So that was May till April, right?
Yeah. So literally last month.
Damn. So how was that?
It was, dude. Okay, so have you ever been to Fort Mac?
No.
No, you never been. Have you ever heard anything about Fort Mac?
Like my dad worked there for like a year and like
Really?
2005, like 2 years. So, but he said it was a terrible experience and like he didn't like
Oh
it.
wow. Why did he say? Wow. Okay. Why did he say that?
It's because like bro, you have to live on site and like living on site, you get like crappy food, right? Like you don't get to eat what you.
Uh, yeah. I think I know where he was at. But I lived in like Fort McMurray, right, the city side,
Yeah.
and everybody hates on it. Pretty much everyone that's there. But that's sort of the fun part about it. And there's about like 80 students up there.
Yeah.
So we all like had our own sort of group up there, and it was actually pretty fun for me. I thought it was pretty nice. Plus, you get paid 14% more just being up there, so you pretty much get a bonus just being up there. But I had a lot of fun up there. We had quite a few people. You know, Mo Janj was up there actually.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I hung out with him like all the time, sometimes like every day.
Okay, bro, that's good because like I actually felt bad for you guys being up there because like you guys are all
Mm.
like because I know everyone's away from their friends, away from their family. I'm like, damn, that kind of sucks. But at least you found the
No, I think we definitely made the most out of it, I would say. All
yeah.
of us. There's a bunch of us, like six of us, or I think.
Hmm.
And I think all of us didn't like, I think all of us would have preferred to be in another city, but it was still fun. while it lasted. I think I'm probably gonna keep in touch with all those people, because some of them aren't from UFC, some of them are from like Toronto,
Oh,
Vancouver, but they're like from all over actually, not just Alberta. So I'm gonna try to keep in touch with everyone.
so okay. So another thing, you said you were in for your final year, right? So are you done? Are you graduating now?
No, I'm not. I explain this to people. I really do. No, yeah, I got one semester left, just three courses. I'm still on internship right now.
It's okay. How does that work though?
Because I was on internship with Suncor and now I'm doing another internship just with another company,
Oh,
Synovus, in downtown. So
wait, you
I'm
didn't.
just doing I'm doing two internships basically. So
I
it's
didn't.
not normal, but I figured why not? I got the opportunity, so I was like, why not take it, right?
Dude, good stuff, man. Nice.
Yeah. So I'm in do you know Brookfield Place in downtown? It's the tallest building in Calgary.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm on the 44th floor on that building, and it's pretty nice. We can go up to like the top floor as well if you want to. Like, it's like a common area on the top floor. It's like where people go to eat lunch, and you can basically see all of Calgary since you're on top of everything.
Yeah.
Not right now though, because it's so smoky.
The smoke, I was about to say.
Yeah, like
Like,
right now you can't see anything. It's like you're in a cloud, but normally you can see everything. It's really nice.
dude, your degree was interrupted by COVID, but I'm wondering, as an Eng student, what you thought of your entire like experience so far.
I think my experience was pretty crazy. And I think COVID, I'm not sure if that helped or didn't help. I would say the fact that it was some sort of disruption helped, because I think I was getting really tired and depressed of like routine and just like same old eng. And then the moment it turned online, even engineering as a faculty changed their like whole setup after COVID. They started doing a lot more online activities, online classes. Some of our exams are just permanently online because of COVID. Like they won't even change them back to in person. So I kind of like that they're like they decided to evolve because of COVID.
Yeah.
So I think it actually my experience was pretty good, I think. I got to live like a bit of both. Like the old school was like my first 2 years, and then after that, like COVID and online and pretty much a lot of virtual school was like my last 2 years. So
Yeah.
I actually found it pretty nice.
Yeah, and you had it split down the middle, which was cool. Um, okay, how how did you manage? Because you started with the SU in
Yeah.
what, first year, right?
No, I didn't. No.
Really?
Do you think I started SU?
I thought you were in like the 2019 like election one.
No, I wasn't.
So when did you start? After COVID?
I was in the 2021 election was
Oh,
my, and then my 2022 was the second one, 2020 last one, which has just happened. Won all three, by the way, to all the viewers.
let's go, bro. Yeah, I voted every single time for you, bro. As
Yeah,
much as I could. That's
yeah,
bro. I scrolled in our DMs. It's just us talking about like voting.
yeah. No, but I started pretty late. I wasn't in the students union, but I was in like departmental clubs and stuff like that. But like, you know how you have like I'll give you an example in engineering. I was in the mechanical engineering student society
Yeah.
in like second year. And then in third year, I was in the engineering student society, I believe.
Hmm.
And then I went on into the students union as NGREP and then got VP in the SU in next year. And then now I'm in the board of governors.
Yeah,
So
bro.
it's been
God.
quite the progression. It was actually like one step up each time, which is
Yeah, I
nice.
was just thinking you're climbing the freaking ladder, dude.
Yeah, it was literally like one step up each time. But I wasn't in the students union until third year. So yeah.
This is not the way I remembered it, but
Even in my head, actually, I do think of it as earlier in my head too, because I feel like I've been talking about it like forever.
yeah. And like every time I see you or someone talks about you, first thing I think is like SU. Like right.
Yeah, I feel it's not a good thing. I really want to
No.
get rid of that.
dude, honestly, bro, it makes you're like a leader. You're a born leader, bro. So like when I that's a good thing when it's associated with you, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anyone's born a leader.
Dude, you got that.
Right. I got that what?
I said you have charm, like you got the charisma to be a leader like that.
That's an interesting take. I've heard that before, but I definitely don't know what that means entirely.
Like this, like you're doing
Yeah.
this with me right now, right?
I
Like
mean,
this.
people have done this interview before, no? You're hosting. That's better than being the person who's being hosted.
No, no, bro. Honestly, okay. Oh my God.
It takes more skill to host, by the way.
I don't know.
So,
Cause bro, cause you like you were on 90, was it 90.9? That was the radio station, right?
yeah, 90.9.
Yeah. Like going on that, bro, like that's not an everyday thing. And I wanted to talk about that. Actually, sorry, before that. I listened to that again today just to refresh my memory. And I just
The radio?
yeah, like it was
Oh, wow.
your Instagram post, right? Because I couldn't find the actual episode, like the full.
Oh, okay, okay. You can actually find them. They're online, but yeah.
Okay, I missed it. I couldn't find it, but I was wondering. You talked about it on there, kind of. What got you started with the SU and like student leadership? Because you talked about it about high school, but I want to know like the full thing.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. I was involved in student leadership since high school, right? So, but I never actually won anything. Like, I used to run in elections in high school, but I lost them all. So it's kind of crazy that I came to uni and started to win finally.
Yeah.
But like when I was in high school, so I went up for the student council. I went up for secretary. I lost. Um, and that was back in 11th grade. And then in 12th grade, I went for Habitat for Humanity president or vice president. I can't remember now. I
Yeah.
was thinking about both. And I lost that as well. So I lost two pretty big like elections in school, but I didn't just lose. For Habitat, I got disqualified, and the reason why they disqualified me is because they thought I'd make a mockery out of the club. And dude, it was really weird. So basically, like the teachers that ran that club, because in high school teachers run all the clubs, right?
Yeah.
They actually didn't want me to win so badly that they started asking other students to run against me. That's how much they didn't want me to win. And then like eventually they just disqualified me. And they were like, it's not a popularity contest. It's like the person that cares the most, which I did. But I remember that like definitely fueled my I need to be in like I have to do this. And
Yeah.
I've always like been passionate about student leadership, not just for like the title or anything, but
Yeah.
um for the actual role. And then when I came into uni, I started going for the SU right after COVID. Uh, I never really felt the sort of injustices that students feel until COVID. And I
Yeah.
think around COVID is when like, the UCP came in as well and started, raising tuition and doing a lot of other things,
Yeah.
taking away a lot of benefits. And then the uni took away a lot of benefits, raised tuition and fees, took away bursaries. So then I decided to run for SU. I was in my departmental leadership, but I realized the stuff that I wanted to do was more university level. So that's why I went for the Students' Union.
Yeah.
And
Damn.
that's why I'm technically still in it for 3 years now.
That's sick, man. Yeah, because bro, like that's been the biggest issue like lately is tuition. Because like I think it was last month where people were like they had like the screaming in like outside like classrooms. They're just
Yeah.
the tuition
Yeah,
thing.
they had a guy dress up as a chicken outside our board meeting.
It's because they're calling like the university chickens, right?
Yeah, they're calling the board chickens basically, and they're
Yeah.
dressing up as a chicken.
No,
Very literal.
no, dude, honestly, I support all that stuff. But like for me, I wouldn't ever be able to like do what you do, which is like go up there and run. I feel like there's a lot of like you have to take on a huge role. Like I don't know, it's not for everyone, and I know that that's probably like a really hard thing to do, but it's like it's dope how you've been consistent with it, and like even through like people like hating on you, like ripping apart your post
Yeah.
that that was crazy, man.
I wouldn't say I've been consistent and like I mean I have my ups and downs too, but yeah, actually I guess you are right. It's definitely not a job for everyone. I think I noticed that as well. I think when so people DM me too, and they obviously say a lot of mean things sometimes. And that's when I realized I was like, okay, yeah, this is definitely not for everyone. Because, if I know some people, if they just got random DMs from random people saying bad things or mean things, then they'd probably be pretty upset.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, a lot of people ask me, and I feel like you kind of mentioned this a little bit now. Like when people are like, yeah, dude, you have charisma, you don't get nervous. I'm like, dude, yeah, I get nervous every time, actually, usually. And I think the role that I'm in now is probably the most nerve-wracking, the Board of Governors role. Before this, I was in the Students' Union, so I'd pretty much be in a group of 25 other representatives in the Students' Union. But now I'm just a Board of Governors representative. So I'm sort of like the only student. I have technically one other student, and we're on the board, right? So with the president, the chancellor, and members that are appointed from the public, or these are usually like people in the industries. Some of them are VPs of big companies. Some of
Oh,
them some of them are multimillionaires. So it's a pretty and they intimidate you, by the way. So it's a pretty intimidating scene. So you definitely have to be strong with your will and your emotions.
yeah.
Uh, so it's not for everyone, I would say. That's not the board. Maybe SU, maybe.
I mean, even so, and like I don't know the difference by the way. Like that's cool to hear. Like the difference between like SU and then the board. Uh,
Yeah.
but even so, I've always seen you as more of like a less nervous person. I don't know because
Right.
that's just a
Thank you.
wow, really good thing.
Yeah, thank you. That's a compliment. So I'll take it
Yes, it
as
no.
yeah. No, but I do get nervous. I feel like I think a few people have told me that, but I do get nervous a lot. Um, I'm the type of person that I was actually really shy. I feel like I have to tell people this every time because I am I think I'm outgoing now.
Mhm.
Um, and I would say I am pretty outgoing now. But I think as a kid, I would say up until ninth grade, I was shy, like quiet, didn't talk to anybody, barely had any friends. Because I went to a lot of people don't know I went to 12 schools growing up.
What?
And yeah, I went to 12 schools growing up because my family moved around so much, right? So I was born in Toronto, and then I was raised in Calgary, Houston, Abu Dhabi, and then Saudi, and then I came back to Calgary, then Fort Mac, and then back. But
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I went to 12 schools growing up, and so we were moving around a lot, and that sort of meant that uh I couldn't really form strong relationships or friendships with
Yeah.
people because I was never in a place for that long.
Mhm.
The like shortest time I've ever been out of school was 2 weeks. Like I was there and then I moved.
How does that work, bro?
Yeah, it's because we were waiting. So basically, Saudi and UAE, we have to get a visa like as Canadians.
Yeah.
So my dad already got his work visa to go there and work, and we were gonna move with him, but because we had to wait for our visa approval, we were sort of like in this intermediate spot where we're like waiting to go there. We're not sure when our visa will be approved. So I remember it was like August, and my mom's like, well, the visa will probably get approved like next week, so we'll just wait. We won't put you in school, you know? We'll wait. You'll go to school there. And then it didn't come after like a month. and we're like, okay, we should probably go to school, right? Because we're already missing out into the school year.
Yeah.
And then my mom was like, okay, you know what? I don't know if the visa is gonna come. We'll put you in school for now. And then I go to school for 2 weeks, and then we get our visa. So then we, yeah. So that's kind of I was in that scenario twice because I did that once for UAE and then once for Saudi. So it literally happened to me twice where I was out of school for like one of them was 2 weeks, one of them was 2 months,
Damn.
shortest period. The longest I ever went to school was like my high school, which was like 4 years.
Yeah.
In like the third grade alone, I think I went to 3 schools.
That's crazy, man. You met I'm still in high school then, right?
No, I didn't.
Oh, then
I
when?
still went to Western. I went to high school in Saudi.
So wait, when did you guys meet? High
I
school?
met, I know, I met him in first year. We were
Oh,
in Eng together. Me, Umsul, Rashid, we were in the same class and we used to hang out together all the time.
damn, that's fire, man.
Yeah, all of us. And because in Eng, whoever you're in class with in first year, in first year, you're in the same class as everyone else you're with. Like you're in the same class as this. So everyone you see in your class, you're gonna be in every class with them.
Hmm.
So whoever you're in class with, you become pretty close to all of them. And I was in class with Umsul, so I met him there.
Hmm.
And I didn't meet him until second semester. I saw him around. I remember in first semester. I always thought he was. I thought he was weird. I'll be honest. I don't know why. That was my first impression when I saw him. And then I can't remember what got us to meet exactly. Oh, I think I do remember. I think it was through a mutual friend. And then met and we started to hang out a little bit. And then yeah, we got close pretty quick because we have a lot in common. We both love Marvel, which is a big thing.
Both of what?
Marvel,
Oh,
Marvel.
Marvel. Oh, they said marble. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, marbles. We love to just collect marbles, toss them.
Yeah. Bro, I remember that semester, every time I saw either one of you, you guys were together. Like every single time. It was like 10 times in a row. So yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that's good that you finally like met like your best friend in university because like always like moving around from school to school.
Yeah, no, that sucked, honestly. But yeah, I was actually really glad. I think I made a lot of connections in university, and I think most people do, even if you didn't move around.
Yeah.
It's just a spot where you become more mature and it's easier to make friends because there's like 30,000 people at UFC. I mean, you'll probably find someone that you
Yeah.
like, I'm sure.
Yeah, man. All right. Okay. I want to get into all the questions here. All right.
Okay.
So there are 12 questions.
Oh, you didn't even ask? I thought we were already
Oh, no, no, no. We're getting into them now, bro. All right.
no.
Okay. First question. I'll just go through them. Just, you can either respond like quick or like long or whatever the hell you want.
Okay.
What's your favorite thing to do on a day off?
On a day off, well, it depends on the season. Is there a certain season that you're talking about? If it's a summer day,
Yeah.
I like to go outside. And I usually like to do something. I usually like to do a summer activity. First thing that comes to mind is rafting or just laying out in the grass. I love just laying out in the grass if it's a summer day. If
Is
it's winter or if it's winter, probably just hanging out with some friends, maybe playing Xbox or watching a movie. I'm a really big movie guy. I'm like, and I'm being serious. I don't mean like when people say they're big movie people and then they
Yeah.
barely. I watch like I have like a whole checklist and I'm like I watch movies since like the 1930s.
Oh, that far back?
Yeah, I love movies. I have a whole ass list. Sorry, I don't know if I can say that, but I have a whole I have a whole list of movies, TV shows, and then books as well. I'm trying to get into books, but
Mhm.
I don't read books as much as I watch movies probably. But yeah, I would say on a summer day, outside,
Mhm.
winter day, inside,
Okay, so
movies, TV,
of entertainment and movies, what's your number one piece of entertainment? Like a movie, TV show, video game, like whatever it is.
movie.
No, no, no. Like which movie then would it
Oh,
be?
which movie?
Yeah. I'm guessing Marvel, right?
No,
Something.
no, 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 it's not Marvel.
Really? Okay.
No, I'm gonna go with The Social Network.
Oh,
You
seriously,
know
that
that movie?
the Mark Zuckerberg one, right?
Yeah, the Mark Zuckerberg movie. It's
Yeah.
made by David Fincher, who's one of my favorite, all-time favorite directors. He
Mhm.
also directed my second favorite movie, The Fight Club, sorry. And um, he also directed one of my favorite TV shows, House of Cards.
Mhm.
He also contributed to another really good TV show, Love, Death, and Robots. He's made so many different movies. The Girl with the Tattoo, Gone Girl, Seven.
God,
His catalog is insane.
really,
And yeah, David Fincher is probably my favorite director, and The Social Network's my favorite movie.
dude,
Fight Club is second.
I have not seen a single one of them.
Really? And like I feel like everything about that movie is so good. I
Mhm.
mean, and I'm not interested as much in the story as I am like how they told the story. Um, because like I know the story. I mean, it's a movie, right? There's obviously it's not completely a true story. Everything that happens, some things are fictionalized for dramatic purposes.
Yeah.
But the way they tell the story, David Fincher, um, the writer for that movie, his name's Aaron Sorkin. He's known for being one of the best writers in Hollywood. It's like if you brought together like the best composer, like Atticus Finch, and then you have the best director, you have the best writer. It's just like the
That's
perfect movie.
thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I gotta
I
watch
love it.
it.
Yeah, really good.
All right, next question. What's your biggest pet peeve in people?
Oh man, my biggest pet peeve in people, jeez. I think there's so I was just talking about this with someone else.
Yeah.
So it's the first thing that comes to mind. And we were talking about, so it was basically talking about money. And I think, so I have two types of friends. I'll put it this way. So I'm not like naming them and calling them out.
Yeah.
But I have like two types of friends. I have friends that like aspire to be millionaires, to the point where they're like, if I'm not a millionaire, I'll kill myself.
Yeah.
And then I also have friends that are like, oh, I'll never be a millionaire, it's impossible. You know, the world is against us and it'll never happen. And I feel like both of those are my pet peeves. Like being way too obsessed with something that you'd kill yourself if you didn't get it. And then also just saying like, oh yeah, you could never do that.
Mhm.
I mean, if someone else could do it, you could do it as well.
Yeah.
Everyone's a human being, right?
So do you lie on the middle of both of those extremes then?
Yeah, like if I was, for example, talking about money, I'm not too crazy about money. I think everyone would like to have more money, right?
Yeah.
And I think everyone would, if you ask someone, would you like to be a millionaire? I'm sure they would say yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I wouldn't mind to be a millionaire, but like I wouldn't be depressed if it never happened, or you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not focused on that entirely. But I'm
What
also not like I'm not telling people like, oh yeah, it can never happen. I
mm.
can't do that.
So what is your biggest focus then? If it's so money's probably a focus, but what do you think is your biggest focus then?
My biggest focus like right now,
Hmm.
I mean, because I'm not too sure what my like focus right now. I'm just trying to career, um, make enough money to be happy. I feel like I'm happy around more like people that I like.
Yeah.
So and it doesn't really cost that much money to be around people, right? So
Yeah.
that's pretty much my only goal right now. Eventually, I'd want to get a house and stuff and a car. I have a car, but like, a better car.
Yeah.
But once I get a better car, I'll probably say the exact same thing. I'll probably say I want a better car again.
Yeah.
So I'm not too focused on that right now. Right now, I'm pretty much just focused on my career. I'm working, right? I'm working an internship right now. hopefully, that becomes a full-time job. And then I guess just focusing on being with people you love, right?
Yeah.
That's my only focus right now. Um, and that's probably a very privileged thing to say, when you don't have to care too much or struggle financially. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, that's something I definitely feel for, and I support that cause as well, right? With the stuff that I do in the Students' Union or
Oh yeah,
charity.
exactly, bro. Yeah.
So I definitely feel for anyone that does struggle financially, but um, for me, I think I'm at a point where I'm able to sustain my life financially, so I
Mhm.
can focus on just developing my career and yeah, being around people I love, man. That's why I'm on call with you, man.
Yes, sir, bro. Goes both ways, by the way. All right. Next question. What's the best advice you've received?
Best advice I've ever received.
Could be from a person or something you've read. Because like best advice might not always be like someone who talks to you, you know?
The best advice I've probably read is that I don't have to do anything, and like emphasis on the have. Like you don't have to do anything. And I that can definitely be taken out of context because obviously take care of your family and stuff like that. But especially, I think a lot of people feel a certain responsibility that is more of just a mental struggle or something that they mentally believe they have to do when they don't really have to do it.
Yeah.
Um, I guess that kind of goes back to like, well, what do you want to do with your life, right? Like, if somebody who wants to be a millionaire, why do they want to be a millionaire? Well, what's so attractive, right? It's probably because a lot of people want you to be a millionaire or something like that. So you don't have to do anything, including becoming a millionaire. So that kind of mentality, I like
That's so sick, bro.
that.
Yeah, I actually
But
don't think about stuff like that a lot. Like that, like it's such a simple phrase, but it means so much.
yeah, obviously, if you have a family, don't be like, yeah, I don't have to take care of them. Definitely stick with your family and stick with your values. But there are definitely a lot of things I feel like people care about, which you really don't have to.
Yeah. No, bro, to me, it all comes down to love, man. Like if you have people
Oh
that,
yeah, that's like for me too as well. I actually feel like that's the whole like purpose of life, honestly,
yeah,
just love.
yes, sir,
I'm
bro.
a lover boy. I say
Where do you see yourself in 10 years? We kind of alluded to a bit of this, but
10 years. Damn, how old will I be? I'll be 32. So by 32, I hope I'm married.
yeah.
Um, I, I hope have I hope I have a business by 32.
Like
I'm
your
not
own.
Yeah, I would love to own a business or create a business or have a profitable business. I mean, there's more money in a business than there is in a job because
Mhm.
in a job, you're really restricted to your salary and the next jump to the next salary band. But yeah, I wonder if I would have a kid in 10 years. I think I would have a kid in 10 years from now. So a healthy kid. So I'll probably be parenting. Hopefully I have a house by then. Hopefully I have a business. Hopefully I have a lot of passive income, so I'm financially free. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, I think I'll be starting a little family in 10 years.
And if you in 10 years is watching right now, say like a sentence to future you.
Can I swear?
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
All right. I'll look in the camera. To 32-year-old me who will refer back to this email. I'll actually send a link of this YouTube video to myself and schedule it for
Oh
2032.
yeah, do that.
All right, 32-year-old me, you know the drill. Fuck bitches, get money. All right. That's all I got for a 32-year-old me.
All right, I'm sure he'll appreciate that, bro. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, I just want to say hi. I forgot.
Oh yeah.
To me too. I wanna watch this. Yo, CC me on that email so I can be.
I heard that you can actually email. You can schedule an email. I believe it's 10 years in advance. So
And
you
you
could.
can CC it.
I'm sure you can. Yeah. So I'll CC you.
Yeah, 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 dude, do it.
We're ended
Actually,
at that point. YouTube is gone.
oh yeah, no, 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 world will probably end by then, bro. To be honest.
I hope not.
All right. Um, I think you talked about this on your 90.9 like thing.
Radio.
Yeah. What is the best part about the SU or your whole experience at the SU? What do you think was the best part about that?
I always tell people this. The SU is not fun. I've told people that before.
Hmm.
I have said that it's rewarding when you're able to get something done. So, for example, um, one of the things I wanted is back in COVID, a lot of people had online classes. Some of their classes were online, some of them were in person. So it was a hybrid model. People didn't have a place to attend their classes, online classes, in between their in-person classes. So I opened up a study room in engineering, right? And people started to use it. There were like hundreds of students in there. It felt satisfying.
Yeah.
Um, but it was a pain in the ass to get done. So I wouldn't say any of it's fun. It's pretty frustrating because you're basically going up against people that won't listen to you. And then when you can't show results, you have students also pretty much berating you. So you have both sides basically hating on you.
Yeah.
Um, it's so that part's definitely not fun, but I think if you're able to get something done and if your hard work actually pays off, which it does, I think at times,
Hmm.
that's probably the most rewarding thing, right? I think the most rewarding thing is that you could help someone else
Yeah. No.
and hopefully yourself in the process.
Yeah. We talked about this already. I wrote rate your end degree out of 10.
Well, the degree at the end of the day, it's just a piece of paper, right? But it'll definitely help me with opportunities. And I mean, it already has, to be honest. I've been able to make real money because of
Mhm.
Eng. I always tell people I feel like it's one of the easiest, it's not easiest degrees, but it's, I would say the best return of investment.
Yeah, definitely, especially at UFC. Yeah.
Because after your third year, you can get a decent paying job. Like you can get an internship that will probably pay off your whole university. So
Hmm.
I feel like it's definitely been pretty good for me. I feel like I've utilized it quite well. Obviously, the degree is pretty hard and painful, and I feel like professors don't listen to you, and you fail classes and fail exams, and everything sucks at sometimes, and you want to drop out at some point. I think everyone has wanted to drop out at some point,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I'm almost done, and I got through it pretty well. And looking back on it, I would say it was worth it. So just because you didn't do an internship or a co-op doesn't mean you won't get a full-time offer.
Cool.
Sometimes it might take a little bit longer, but still, most people are still successful in their search. If you have an engineering degree, it's pretty powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, dude, screw the time. Like people try to pressure others so much about like time and getting your degree done in like 4 or 5 years. If it takes
Oh
long,
yeah,
like screw it. Oh my God, it's so annoying.
yeah. I'm doing mine in like 6 years. So
Yeah, like as long as you get it done and like you're trying to excel while you're doing it, like that's all that matters, man.
yeah,
Which is so dumb. Um, what's the most important thing you look for in a partner?
jeez. What's the most important? Here, let me think of her. The most important thing I would say to me would be composure.
Oh,
Yeah, so I would say it's pretty easy to get into a fight in a relationship. Um,
yeah.
and I'm not speaking from experience. I'm speaking from what I've seen. Um, when you see a lot of people, right? You see your friends, you see your parents. I think it's pretty easy to get into arguments with a partner, and I think if your partner is able to keep calm and composed, and hopefully you're also keeping calm and composed, you're actually able to settle most differences pretty easily. And I always tell people, they always say that arguing in a relationship is healthy or something like that. They say that, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's fighting in a relationship. But that doesn't mean like, yelling and name calling and stuff like that. I don't think that's ever okay. I think that's like always wrong. Like
Yeah.
there's no situation that I can think of, like even 20, 30 years down the line, if I was, still with the same partner, I would still think the same thing. That's what I think right now. Obviously only time can tell because time changes things, but
Yeah.
I think that now, and I'm assuming that I will still think that 20, 30 years down.
No.
So composure,
Yeah,
keep
that's definitely valid.
calm. Yeah.
Because like it's that thing is true. Like having arguments with people and like it helps you understand the other person more and then like
Yeah.
closer together. But yeah, if you're screaming at each other, that's just like completely like stupid. Screw
Can you
that.
imagine? I can't even imagine, dude. Actually, I can't imagine. That's why I'm saying it. I just a low-tempered person. I was gonna say bitch, but a low-tempered. I'm just that goes for guys and girls both,
Yeah.
or whatever you identify as, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely cannot. I'm pretty calm. I'd say I'm really calm. I am pretty composed all the time. And even if I'm upset about something or, you know, just I don't agree with something, I'll probably still keep maintain my tone and maintain my composure. So I don't ever go off. I think it might be due to, I would say, matureness, but it also might be because I'm lazy. Like I'm too lazy to even, argue with somebody. So yeah, if you stay composed, and it only helps you. So I don't understand people that go
Yeah.
off yelling, like losing their own cool, ruining their own day. Makes no sense to me.
No, bro, that is literally like a power. Like that is even I still struggle with that. Like not in like a romantic,
Yeah.
but like with Dina, like my sister, like
Oh yeah.
sometimes I'll go off and it's just like
I think the only time that like Calgary roads and Calgary drivers are really testing me right now. They really are. Every time I'm on the road, just today I was on the road and someone had their like right blinker on, but they turned left and it was really grinding my gears.
do they drive or Beamer?
No, I drive a Beamer, by the way. I
You don't. Okay, please tell me you use your blinkers, bro. Come
I
on.
do I use my blinkers
All right,
properly. Right. But I was telling someone else because I drive a Beamer, I feel like I get a free pass to just be like if I ever make a mistake, everyone's like, oh yeah, he drives a Beamer. So
yeah, but no, that's true.
it's like they expect me to fail. So it's like I have the freedom to like make mistakes on the road.
If you weren't in school, let's say money's not a problem. If you weren't in school, what
Yeah.
would you be doing?
I would hopefully have that money that was spent on school and I'd probably be working towards starting a business. Whether that's like with 3D printing, which is something that I've already sort of gotten started. I have like there's a 3D printer right here on my table next to you, technically. This is filament, by the way, a 3D printer filament. And
Yeah.
I print stuff. But I never get the time to do it because I'm always focused on my like job or on school. So I never get to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I would probably focus on that. Or starting another business. I feel like I would just be super into selling stuff, trying to make things and then selling them so I could just make money, I guess. I want to start. I mean, I still want to do that. So I feel like even though I went to uni, I'll still do something like this after. I'm not really in a rush. Um,
Yeah, that's good.
but yeah, I'd probably be doing stuff like that.
Sick, bro. Um, what are still some goals? Okay, we kind of talked about this already. What are still some goals that you want to achieve in life?
Some goals that I still want to achieve.
Yeah.
Well, I've technically never had a full-time job, so I'd love to have a full-time job and then actually, yeah, I'll a full-time job would be nice. And then, having enough in my I like to invest my money a lot into like stocks basically, like different companies and stuff like that. And I've set like goals for myself that I'd want to have invested. And then I also want to have my own place, my own house. Um, I gotta say, I want a Porsche. That's the goal.
Really?
I really want a Porsche. Like, what can I say? I like Porsches, so that's a goal of mine.
What kind?
And what kind of Porsche?
Like I don't know, like they have sedans, right? Like sedan SUV, like what type? I don't know. I'm not a big car guy, but
Oh, really? Yeah, no, there's like a lot of different ones that I want. But I think if I like, if we're just speaking, like let's say I had infinite money, which one would I get?
yeah.
I'd probably get the Porsche 911 GT3.
I hear about this car all the time. What?
Yeah, that's probably the one I'd get if I just had I
Nice.
had like money.
Dude, this one? Oh crap, it's not focusing.
Like not focused, but I feel like I see it from here. And yes, that's the one. Probably a different color, but yeah.
Mhm. God damn. Oh no, that's definitely it goes back to
Yeah.
what, bro. Like what you said about money, like that is not something that's unachievable. It's hard to get. And like
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. It's not impossible, but
yeah.
yeah. But I'm not too focused on that right now, honestly.
Hmm.
I feel like I'd want a property first
Yeah,
before a
definitely.
Porsche. Because a Porsche not it's a depreciating more of like a liability than it is an asset.
Hmm.
So I'd want to have yeah. And then starting a little family. I would like to I feel like I'm not at that point where I'd start a family right now, but it's coming. I'm getting old, I'll be honest. I'm getting up there. So
Okay, for you in 10 years, when we get that email, let's see okay, predict how many kids you're gonna have.
I
And they're gonna be going.
hope just one.
Oh, really? One?
I hope so. In
Yeah.
10 years from now, I hope just one.
Okay, how about no, 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 how about
By the way, I'm a like I don't think this is common,
mhm,
but I want one kid in total, and I feel like that's not a very common thing to want.
yeah,
I A lot of people want two or three kids. Uh, How many do you want?
dude, for me,
Dude, I want a fucking I want 30.
no, bro. Okay, people who like my mom has 10 siblings. Like, no, that's too crazy.
Yeah.
I want two or three kids. Two is probably the right one, but like I don't know. Yeah, but so are you an only child?
No. Love
I was thinking
love
that's the reason, but
a lot of people ask me that. No, I'm not an only child. I have a sister. No, I'm not an only child, but the reason why I would want to only have one kid is I feel like you could put your all and your whole focus on that one
yeah.
kid. By the way, and I'm not saying if you have two kids, you can't put your all into it.
Mhm.
But what I will say, my parents, both of them also have a lot of siblings. If you have 10 siblings, then I do actually believe you can't put your all into all your kids if you have two.
Yeah. No, that's definitely true, bro.
If you have like 10 kids, you're definitely not giving all your focus on all your kids.
Yeah,
So
for sure,
I
dude.
would want to give my kid my 100% and all my focus. So that's why I would want one kid, not instead of more than one. I feel like realistically speaking, I would probably have more than one kid. I don't think I'd have more than two kids though. I hope not.
Yeah.
I
Too much.
have three. The third kid is watching this.
Imagine your wife watching this right now.
Yeah, my third kid is watching this. Like, damn,
Oh, God. Okay. Last question I have here. Who's the most impactful person in your life, excluding immediate family?
I would say my significant other. I would probably wouldn't want to say the name on the podcast, but just because of privacy. I feel like I like to keep my life a little bit private, but
Hmm.
um yeah, I'd say she's definitely had the most impact on my life. Just because when I mentioned that being composed is the number one thing I look in for in a significant other.
Yeah.
I was actually pretty much referring to her. I feel like she's very composed and calm when it comes to pretty much anything,
Hmm.
and that helps our relationship in a lot of ways, more ways than I even thought was possible. I thought that everyone got mad. I thought that was normal, you know?
Yeah.
I think at some point in time I actually thought that like screaming and shouting is like a normal, like everyone does it, you
Yeah.
know? Because a lot of people do. But no, not with my partner. So she's definitely made the biggest impact on my life. Probably helped me be more calm and composed. I always felt like I was like Mr. Perfect before I met her, and then I when I met her, I was like, okay, I'm not perfect, but like I definitely, because if you think you're perfect, there's nowhere to improve. You can't really improve if you think you're perfect.
Yeah.
But when I met her, I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely not perfect. I have places that I can definitely improve on, and she helped me in that sort of way. And it comes back to, I would say, being calm is one thing. Um, Being less materialistic is, I would say, another thing.
Yeah.
I would say I was pretty. I wouldn't say I was pretty materialistic, but I definitely like having. But I'm sort of losing that habit. I'm becoming more of a experiences and relationships value type of guy. Um, it's because of her, I would say,
Yeah.
and just being at like peace. You know, I don't feel like I need to have. So when I came to university for the first time,
Mhm.
um, I thought I had to. I basically was on a quest. I told myself that I had to make the most amount of friends possible. So I would go around saying hi to everybody, getting everyone's socials, trying to hang out with everybody.
Yeah.
I think when COVID was hitting, like around the 2020, on my Snap, I think around 250 streaks, just because I thought I was cool and had a lot of friends. And I kept that going, by the way. And that's why I have like 3,000 followers.
Yeah. I
Because
saw. I was like, wow.
like I like to meet people. I'm not saying meeting people is a bad thing, but it was like more of an obsession. Like, oh, I have to do this
Hmm.
because I gotta be popular and I gotta make friends and I gotta know people and have connections and I gotta be cool, you know. But I think when I met her, it really didn't matter anymore. I was like, yeah, that why does that matter?
Hmm.
Would you rather have like one significant and impactful relationship or like 1,000 meaningless,
Yeah.
barely says hi? If you died, they probably wouldn't even know until like a year later type of relationships.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's I would say my partner. She's the person I want to be with the most. Uh, every time I'm with her, I just feel a lot better. Yeah, I feel like I enjoy life a lot more when I'm with her. So just
That's
having a person that's positive and caring and loving.
you. You both are lucky as hell to have each other. Because I'm gonna say, as a single person, bro, that is
So
something that I
you can
aspire
get
to. And I'm
started.
very happy for you, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm pretty, that's probably why a lot of people also don't see me. I used to be a lot more outgoing. I would say I'm still outgoing if you see me around,
Mhm.
but I'm definitely not. I'm not making plans with 100 people all the time, which is something that wasn't uncommon for me back in first and second year.
Yeah. Okay, that was sick. We are at like the 1 hour mark, I think.
Are
Um,
we?
yeah. I don't remember exactly when we started, but do you have anything to say in closing?
Yeah, this is a really cool podcast. And yeah, I actually, by the way, I did want to ask you a question.
Yeah, yeah,
So
go ahead.
I had a question for you. It's called the Bloomers Podcast.
Yeah, 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 the name. Yeah.
Yeah, why is it called the Bloomers Podcast? So I was thinking about this, right?
Yeah.
And so I feel like bloomer is a word that people feel like they know. And then I thought about it and I was like, I have no idea what that means.
Okay, yeah.
And I looked it up, but I want to hear from you why it's called the Bloomers Podcast.
Okay. So, I don't know. First thing, okay, I'll explain it like this, all right? Hold on. So, my logo, dude, that's a huge backstory to this, all right? My original logo is me like wearing this shirt, right?
Okay.
And it's like me in like Toronto. We went on a trip like after I graduated from high school. And then I was wearing this shirt, and then Dina actually made my logo for me, my original logo. She did like all the art and everything. So I was wearing this shirt, and then she was helping me like name the podcast, and then I was wearing this shirt as we were talking about that, and then she's like, "Oh, why don't you talk about flowers? Because like flowers bloom, and then they like open up, and you can make it like a growth thing. Like, oh, you're growing as you make your podcast." Because at that point, I'm already like, before I made my first episode, I was thinking like, I'm gonna do this for like a really long time, right? So there was that, and then I don't know. I really like flowers. Like, look at this. I got a bunch of flowers here.
Um,
The bed is actually a flower bed sheet.
I can see that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I love pink, the color pink, and I love yellow. Uh, and yeah, I don't know. Bloomers just kind of fit, and like bloomers, it's not like apostrophe s. It's like bloomers, like you right now, like me,
Wow.
like every other guest. Everyone watching. It's like a collective thing. So yeah, that's the backstory to the name.
That's really cool. Well, thanks for having me on
Yeah.
Bloomers Podcast.
No, no,
And
no.
yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. And yeah, my partner was watching it too, and she thought it was really cool.
You really,
It's a pretty cool thing that you're doing.
thanks,
So
man. No, no,
keep it
no.
up.
I appreciate that, bro. Like, and like, no, like it's not even like because people like you who like are like passionate constantly. Like, you were asking me. I think you asked me like three different times, and I was just like, "Yo, I'll eventually we'll do."
I asked you a lot. I know that.
Yeah, and like, I don't know. That's just so sick to me. How like I really appreciate that, man. Like, you just constantly being interested. Like, I felt so bad just like not living up to it, bro. So my bad, but we got it done. So that's all that matters.
Yeah, we're here now. So
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed that. That was a sick convo, bro. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and remember to. I hope we earned the like and the sub. I'll leave all our information in the description so you can check out the Instagram of what's your Instagram? Is it Taimur dot Akhtar, right?
.ta.
Dot TA, yeah. Okay, I'll leave it all in the description. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.